Warriors versus Timberwolves, Game 1 analysis. This second round has been filled with incredible games. Let's talk about how the Warriors stole Game 1 without Steph Curry. If you watched my series preview, I predicted that the Warriors would win in 6, maybe 5, but my prediction was 6. And one of the things that I predicted was that Steph was going to cook, and to be fair, he started out cooking because Steph Curry, this matchup against the Wolves, is a much better matchup for him offensively than the Rockets. Obviously, unfortunately, he goes out with the injury. We hope Steph is okay and he heals up soon because the playoffs are no fun without Steph Curry. So at that point, they had a 10-point lead. But here's the thing that I said in that video as well. The Warriors have the #1 defense. But another thing I said in that video, which was going to lead to the Warriors winning, and obviously I didn't predict Steph Curry to be out, but was that the Warriors had the #1 defense. And so Minnesota was not going to out-defense them because playing the Lakers, who were not a great defensive team, it was not only easy to get shots for them, but they were able to stop them much easier, right? For the Warriors, or for the Timberwolves, I guess rather, I said that's not going to happen. The Warriors literally have the #1 defense since they got Jimmy Butler. There are not going to be any easy shots. And if you watched this whole game, you knew, or you know, that the Warriors had great communication on defense. They closed out on every shot, if not almost every shot. So many rotations, like everybody knew where to go. And the Timberwolves just looked confused at times. Were the Timberwolves missing some shots? Obviously, because like shooting 5% is partly just missing, right? But I was not surprised, or I wouldn't have been surprised if the Timberwolves shot 25% from 3 or whatever it would have been, because the Warriors just have that good of a defense. Let's shout out Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield has been super clutch for the Warriors. Game 7 and today. He knocked down every single big shot he needed to, make. And he was like 0 for 7 in the first half, but he stayed confident. I want to show you something though before I continue to analyze and highlight this game and what happened for the Warriors and the Timberwolves, because this is a play that I'm sure nobody remembers, but I want to point it out to you because I think you need to keep it in mind. This is a play to get Jonathan Kuminga a dunk at the rim. If you see, you're probably like, why is that play important? Well, Kuminga has been basically out of the rotation since about the end of the regular season. And the last couple of times that he was brought in to the games, he's looked a little lost. And to be honest, for me, I feel like it's more like a lack of confidence. He just looked like not confident in defense, offense, all that, because he knows the Warriors plays. And so this is why that is a key play for potentially the series. Prior to that play, Jonathan Kuminga tied somebody up. I forgot who it was, but he tied somebody up when they were going to go to the rim. So he made a great defensive play and he got a jump ball and he won the tip, which led to that play where Draymond Green specifically found Jonathan Kuminga for a dunk. When I saw that play live, I'm like, Draymond Green, again, no one's going to remember this play and no one's going to understand the IQ that Draymond has in that moment. Draymond Green rewarded Jonathan Kuminga for making a great defensive play and gave him a dunk at the rim. So why is that so significant? After Kuminga made that dunk, obviously after Draymond passed it to him, because Draymond knew Kuminga was lacking confidence. As soon as he made that dunk, he didn't play a ton of minutes after that. But the minutes after that dunk, he was much better. He looked confident. He was much more aggressive. He hit a big 3 after that too. Like, Kuminga looked engaged. What I'm saying is the genius of Draymond Green in that moment is knowing that he could have potentially, got a layup there. I don't know if a layup was necessarily there for him in that moment, but he could have passed it out to somebody else, right? And to be fair, Jonathan Kuminga made a great cut to the basket too, which led to the dunk. But I think Draymond, regardless, was making a conscious effort to get the ball to Kuminga to score because he knows Kuminga needed to see the ball go in. He needed some confidence. And why I say that is, for the rest of the series, they're going to need Kuminga if Steph is going to be out a couple of games. Steph is not playing game 2, in my opinion, regardless. Maybe he'll play game 3, we'll see. But my point is, watch out for Jonathan Kuminga now, because I'm not saying he's just going to turn into scoring 25 a game again, but he needed that confidence, and I could see it in that moment. He completely changed. I don't know if anybody else saw that, but I saw it. And so that may give him the confidence to be able to just give them like 15 the next game and just be confident. Draymond Green ran the show. That was it was a lot about what the Warriors did and not really about what the Wolves didn't do, because again, without Steph Curry, you would think that the Timberwolves should win that game. It's not like the Wolves, choked the lead because they didn't have a lead. The Warriors had the lead the whole time. When Steph went out, they extended the lead to like 23. And a lot of that was also from Draymond literally running the show. I don't know how many turnovers Draymond Green had in the game. It couldn't have been more than 2 because he was not turning the ball over. He was making the smartest passes, finding guys wide open. Like, he was literally like just a crazy point guard. I know he does that all the time, but it was just crazy. The other key to the game that I want to talk about, again, I know I'm not really talking about Minnesota because it really was just all about the Warriors in this game. They're like, the Wolves went like 0 for 20 on threes until Ant-Man came alive in the fourth quarter. Naz Reid, shout out to him. Let's talk about Naz Reid quickly though. If you watched my series preview, I said the key for the Timberwolves is Naz Reid. Because Naz Reid, when he sees the Warriors, he turns into prime Michael Jordan. I don't know why. I'm telling you, he averages like 30 against them every time. And he did it again tonight. He started hitting every shot. And I literally said in the series preview, the Warriors have to guard and watch out for Naz Reid because he will crush them. So shout out to Naz Reid though, because he really almost brought the Wolves back to, winning the game. Like, he really made a conscious effort to get them back in it. So shout out to him. But the other thing I wanted to talk about was Kevon Looney. Kevon Looney does everything right for this Warriors team. And as soon as he came into the game in the fourth quarter, I think it was, or it was either third or fourth, I think it was the fourth quarter. And the Warriors started to lose the lead a bit because Anthony Edwards started to, get into his thing. Kevon Looney made every right play and settled them down and got back into everything they needed to do. Played great defense. He grabbed a couple of offensive rebounds. Even the ones that he didn't grab, he boxed Rudy Gobert out and just made it tough. Like, Kevon Looney was part of the savior of the game, honestly.